This is a video
entrepreneur, this Eric July guy.
Right.
Oh.
And he decided to start his own comic book company called the Rippaverse.
Oh,
And
wow.
I think it's actually become the biggest crowdfunded comic of all time.
Wow.
I believe it raised like $1 million, maybe $2 million.
And again,
that's incredible.
Again, black owned, and one of the artists.
Man, Dick is so happy about this. The gentleman on the phone, he seems excited about Eric's success. Vito, not so much.
This is a Latinx friend of mine, and I think this is great. Diversity is our strength. But
Eric,
there's
you
this guy,
love
fucking
Latinx,
artist,
right?
I
You love
forgot
that.
that.
There's this
I'm not a
guy.
fan of Latinx. I'm not a fan of Latinx or the Filipino.
This Italian X asshole is telling another Italian X asshole.
I'm just saying, I think it's
Hey, Jim says, I have a problem. It's Tony. What? What, Jim? We caught Jim. We caught you, Jim. Jim tells you.
language. That's all I feel.
It's important to support black-owned businesses. And for like the last 2 weeks, all Vito has done is had a meltdown that this black guy is funding his comic.
Now wait a minute.
Stream.
Wait a minute. Let me understand this. Eric July is his name?
Yes.
He crowdfunded over $1 million for his
$2 million now.
$2 million.
Wow.
So this guy's creating a comic.
Man.
You are creating a comic.
You're right.
Look at the seething on Vito. Like, I hadn't seen this in a while, TJ. But Vito is like you just see him seething when Dick's talking about the money.
Crowdfunded over $1 million for his
$2 million now.
$2 million.
Wow.
So this guy's creating a comic. You are creating a comic.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're both crowdfunding on the internet, and he's raised $2 million. I would think you'd be very excited about that.
No. Dick, I mean, Vito can't stand that a black man is making it in America, and he doesn't want to support black-owned businesses.
Racist?
And
yes or no? No other questions.
I'm not a racist.
All right,
every single day he's been making tweets just targeting this guy. I don't know, Vito. Have you worked on your comic at all this fucking week?
Oh, no,
you definitely tweeted this guy.
I've been way busy.
Non-fucking stop.
Is your comic about a guy who
shuts down black businesses, goes around and takes away their business licenses?
Klan man?
And Vito, your comic's pretty interesting. I mean, it's basically The Boys, and it looks like Invincible, but it's
I really love your backing of this. Hey, Vito, your comic is pretty interesting.
My comic is great.
Seething.
Yeah, and all you're doing is just yelling at this guy, probably because he's black. I don't know.
Because
you
he's
hate
black.
that he funded his stuff, and you don't want to support his business. Everyone else on the internet is rallying around this guy.
I know, because everyone on the internet is a fucking idiot.
So Vito was working on his comic way back then. Yes, he was. Now Vito has been working on the comic for a long time. I don't like to see black men make it either, but if it hurts Vito, me too. So the caller is a ripatard?
No, it's just a bit. They just love trolling Vito with this.
The caller is Tony from Hack the Movies. That's in case you don't know.
Do you hear this, Dick?
I love seeing Vito be uncomfortable, and he is not.
I'm not uncomfortable.
You're clogged up. You're very uncomfortable.
Here. I don't
know.
because
you're uncomfortable.
Everyone's
Dick,
sweating.
I've been making fun of him. I've been making fun of him all week. It's like, dude, just focus on your comic.
No,
Be happy that someone else is succeeding.
I'm not happy
And then,
for him
and then
the
I'm
higher
sitting
the
there,
voice, the more
I'm like,
awkward the
Vito,
feeling.
did you work on your comic and all these? And I'm like, why aren't you? If you're at least going to make fun of this guy, at least promote your comic.
I am promoting my comic.
Yeah.
Vito does the whole thing. He's like, LOL, my Twitter's just for fun. It's like, well, it's not for fun. You're crying every day. No, you're not having fun, Vito. You're crying like a fucking loser.
When I find a topic.
I forgot how funny this was.
Topic that I think is ridiculous, I will harp on that topic. Yeah. And a guy who has never written a comic in his life and his only writing experience is saying, I fucking hate SJWs, bros. We're going to fight the culture war.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is what you do. All you do is talk about trans stuff.
Trans stuff is not SJW. Trans stuff is a whole different fucking ball of worms.
Yeah, you hate the trans community. You bitch about
I don't hate
Star
the
Wars
trans community.
And you are not supporting black-owned businesses, which I think is, the
Eric July is
like
one of these guys who is actively making
one of those guys.
This whole Eric July detracted thing only exists because people were trolling Vito. Reminder that it's always right to troll Vito. Yeah,
true.
Those guys,
one of those people.
He's one of those people, and I have no problem saying that.
Dick, I know every time I call him,
wait. Let Vito respond. Yeah.
These
two fat Italians talking at the same time.
There's a certain contingent of the internet that is dumb,
not economically viable. We call them.
They're making media criticism worse by convincing their audiences very bad and stupid things about storytelling, like the idea that if you put a 2-second kiss in Buzz Lightyear, it's going to turn kids gay.
Yeah.
And when those guys come out and they go, "I'm making my own comic book. It's got no politics and it's not woke," and everybody starts clapping their hands like a gibbering monkey, and they go, "No woke politics in the comic book. Yeah. Oh, I have to buy it." And I'm watching all these morons stumble over themselves to declare.
He was doing the Sturgis voice before he knew who Sturgis was.
Right.
They're this complete loser, the next Stan Lee. I have to sit back.
Loser. He's got $2 million.
Lots of losers have money in the bank.
Vito, first off, you're a fucking loser. I love you.
I am a winner.
And I've given you so much advice, and I told you to stop being such a crybaby, and you take none of it.
I'm not being a crybaby.
Dick, you know what Vito did this week?
What did I do?
He released his Book of Boba Fett review. Yeah. A completely different Star Wars show has already come out and released, and he dragged his feet so much. Probably because he was fighting with people on Twitter. And
I just want to wait. Hold on. I just want to defend Vito as a friend. He's a nice guy. He's.
I want to. Do you think Eric's still friends with Vito? Everyone in this video was right.
I highly doubt.
I had no idea that Vito was the original detractor. He wasn't, Vincenzo. Vito was just the most popular detractor. It's not about a 2-second kiss. It's that it's a kid's property, and the intimacy is not something kids need in entertainment.
After the ISOM stuff, I highly doubt Eric is friendly with Vito.
No, I'm talking about this Eric.
Oh, this Eric.
Yeah, Eric Escobar. Because he goes as Vito's friend, so I was wondering if they're still friends.